So Jordan Peterson has provided an abstract blueprint, which is good in terms of what men need to do and what a real man is. And so, but I think the more important question, and the one we're going to have to, especially as the ascendant men coming up in the culture, is that what does the future of masculinity look like for an accessible model for all American men? This is really important. It needs to be accessible. It needs to be an invitation. This cannot be just a future for conservative men or men that like Trump or men that listen to Logan Paul. We need to make this invitation open for all men. And is it going to be a more conservative solution than a liberal solution? Yes, because liberalism is anti-masculinity, clearly. I don't even think there's an argument for that again at this point. But anyway, this all segues into us having the entirety of masculinity come into question. Because now there is a prevailing narrative right now that's dying, I think, of what masculinity is, which is not right if masculinity is actually needing to be reestablished. So I know no greater person in my personal life that has been has advocated more for men than my friend Hafiz Bayoku, who is a good friend of mine and is a mentor of mine and an older brother figure to me. And I think Hafiz has done with his podcast with the network that I'm a part of with the Affluent Standard. I highly recommend you guys check into that and check out Hafiz's content. It's really good. So Hafiz has been he has been like Peterson. He has stood in the gap for men for a long time. He has been in the lion's den of the red pill movement. He has been in the lion's den of the anti-masculinity movement, of the feminism movement. Hafiz has he has taken a lot of shots and a lot of bullets for masculinity, so he knows what he's talking about. And so one of the things that Hafiz is really focusing on now, and I think this is going to be interesting to see going forward because it's something that I believe in as well, is that the prevailing narrative of what masculinity is currently today is simply this, and this is what he calls it: sperm to women, checks to children. That's what the culture wants to make men as. So men, as the way it's currently constituted, are only good for reproductive capacity and for monetary provision. And again, we need to call this out like Hafiz is, like Jordan is. We need to call this out. And again, say, and put this very bluntly, this is a regressive and this is a sexist worldview that provides no actual value to men. It's regressive, it's sexist, it is discriminatory against men. And this is not to make men victims, but is to do an honest analysis of what this actually means. Now, given that, a real man certainly is those things. He is capable of having children. He is capable of providing monetary income. That is certainly true. I'm not disputing that. It's a very important part. Providing and procreating, I guess, the two P's, I guess, in that component. I didn't plan that, but there it is. A real man is certainly those things. But what a real man also is someone who establishes masculine authority and order of the chaos of the world. Again, going back to Peterson, this is the language that he likes to use. So what men are at their best are the ultimate organizing principle, which essentially means getting yourself put in order as a man is the most important thing you can do as a man. Getting yourself in a place where you can become the fully established, fully developed version of yourself. It is pursuing the highest good, the highest order, whatever you're wanting to. This is why I believe that Jordan Peterson and Hafiz, to give them both credit, they are both professing Christians. I know Jordan goes back and forth more than I would like him to, but I've heard him confess that he believes in the resurrection and believes in Jesus. So don't want to make this a Christian conversation either. Men are of all stripes and denominations and religions need to hear this message. But ultimately what religion is striving towards the highest good. It's, Buddhism is like, and they're all different than this, but Buddhism, Islam, Christianity is the truth, and Christianity is the only religion that makes sense as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, that is what religion is. And this is why men, I think, are really needing to develop this kind of a vision. This is why vision is so important, because it means getting yourself in order, and it means prioritizing your purpose, prioritizing yourself, prioritizing the calling that you believe that God has on your life. That is why this is important. It's not for hedonism. It's not to accrue a big pile for yourself. It's not to impress women at bars. It is for you. It is for your development, your character. There is a, Bobby Kennedy kind of talks about this too. Do hard things because it builds character. and resilience. The Stoic philosophers were about this, whether it's Epictetus or Seneca, whoever, read any of the Stoic philosophers. They were all about this too, doing hard things. Sisyphus, pushing the rock up the hill every single day. So therefore, and this is again a credit to Hafiz on this, a man's life should be defined by holistic excellence in all areas of life and congruency across all areas of life. There should be a through line for that, going in back and forth. I looked like Trump there when I was doing that. But like there should be a through line through all of these things. There should be a connecting principle through all of these things. So, like for example, so if a man, and this is not like well-roundedness, this is excellence in all areas. Excellence is not well-rounded. Excellence is not balance. But ultimately, if you're striving to be a truly masculine man, you need to develop yourself from all different types of areas. I'm going through this with the small group that I lead right now. We're going to be getting into this stuff in a couple of weeks. So if a man is not striving to be excellently well-rounded, he is not being masculine in his own life. He is not assuming a masculine role over his own life. He is not asserting dominion, as God would say, over his own life and over his own role. For example, this is the biggest thing. I know a lot of people, a lot of men, I should say, that make a lot of money. I know a lot of guys that make a lot of money. I know guys that make millions of dollars every single month. But also, I know a lot of those men that make a ton of money that are fat asses. They're fat. Or their marriage is a mess. Or they don't spend time with their children. Or they don't have a relationship with God. Or they're not healed from their past and they're doing all the things to make money out of brokenness. Or on and on and on and on and on. This is not masculine to do this. It's not. And people who are saying it is, it's not. The reason why it's not is because it's not congruent. My friend Joe Hines talks about this all the time. Congruency is the thing you need to strive for as a man. You're not an excellent man if you make six figures, but you're 350 pounds. You're just not. How is that excellent? How is that ideal? You're not excellent if you're just a gym guy, but you can't get out of your mom's basement. You're not. So this is a double-edged sword. I think for men especially, this is I have no idea if there's a psychological phenomenon behind this or not, but when this is done properly, the good news is that men, if they do this and if they align themselves properly, they will see improvements across all areas of their lives. But if it's not done properly, they will see the inverse of this, which is what we've seen for the last 10 to 20 years especially. So when men don't strive to improve, they spiral downwards. But when men strive to improve, they strive upwards and they circle upwards. They spiral up. So setting yourself and setting a momentum for your life, a positive momentum for your life, is absolutely critical. It's critical for what you have to do. So putting yourself in a position to stack wins like masculinity as a whole is doing currently now. When you stack wins as a man, when you start making more money, getting back into shape, improving your relationship with God, getting in community with other men, all those type of things, you will see it benefit and bleed into everything else inside of your life. But when men don't do those things, when men stop going to the gym, when they stop trying in their relationship, when they stop trying to improve in their work, they spiral down and it bleeds into everything else. Like for example, one of the most harrowing stats I've ever heard in terms of this happening is that when men get divorced, their productivity at work drops by about 60%. It's like, whoa, why does that happen? It's exactly because of this. It's exactly because of this. A real man is a man who strives to be excellent in all areas of his life, who is not just, as Hafiz likes to put it too, Johnny Bravo, all upper body, no lower body. He skips leg day. Big chest, big arms, skinny legs. That's not what a man is. It's not what a man is. You can be as empathetic as you want to, but if you're out of shape, if you're fat, you don't make money, you don't contribute to your community, you don't serve in your church, you don't serve your friends, you don't serve your family, you don't honor your mother and father, you're not a man. I'm sorry, you're not. If you're a CEO of a company but you never see your children, you're not a real man. You're just not. And some people might find that harsh, but the truth is harsh sometimes. And I think we all need to speak the truth if men are able to construct this vision, if we're going to be able to construct this vision, which I believe we can, but we got to be honest about it first.